Hello, Craftaholics, and if this is your first time here, it's a pleasure to meet you. My name's Peggy. Welcome to my studio. So, a lot of you know that I live in one state, and all of my belongings are in storage in another state. That includes everything Christmas, ornaments, decorations, you name it, it's in boxes. And where I live is a small apartment right now, and I don't really have room to bring a lot of stuff in. So while I am getting a tree, I have opted to not go and buy all brand new ornaments. And I figured, I'm a paper crafter. I can make some ornaments, right? Not that hard. So I started making some, and I thought you guys might like to learn how to make them too, because they're really, really simple, and yet they're cute. Like, here's one of them that I made. And I got the pops of color in there, and I got some gemstones, and they're really simple. There's not much to them. This one's a little bit bigger. It's got a few gemstones here and there. And it's got glitter, which I'm not too pleased with it because it's kind of chunkier glitter, and I'm having a hard time getting it to stick well. So the glitter was an experiment that I don't think is going to keep on going. But let me show you what I did. First of all, you can use plain paper. You can use one-sided paper or two-sided paper. It doesn't matter what you use. And you can also, now I cut out shapes, like here's some of them, like that one big one that I just showed you. I cut them out of my Cricut. I did ornament shapes. I did that one. I did this shape, this one, which is like the other one that I showed you, and it's a little bit harder to see, but I had this shape also. Now you can do that. You can cut if you have a Cricut. If you don't have a Cricut, no big deal. You can actually take any kind of die and cut them out yourself, any shapes that you want. Or you can even just take paper and scissors and cut something. I do suggest, now these I made with 6 pieces. And I kind of like the way 6 look. If you want a fuller looking ornament, by all means, add more pages or more pieces. But I would honestly not do any less than 6 because it gives a pretty good fullness. So I got my shapes cut out, and I'm using some of the pages from the Santa Claus Lane. Since we are going to do a small album, probably a folio, but I'm going to use I think I've said it before, I'm going to use a digital paper for that, just because there's not a whole lot of paper in the kits. But what I did, I cut 6 of each shape out, and then what I'm going to do, I'm going to score them in the middle, but I'm going to score 3 on one side. Now, this is double-sided, so I'm going to score 3 on the opposite side. That's how I got my different patterns on the inside there. So, let me, and try to score them in the middle as much as you can. Just because when you go to put them together, if they're off like a lot, it's really going to be noticeable. And I just have to apologize. I was going to do something a lot bigger this week, like start on the album, because I have been so sick for like the last 4 or 5 days. I was honestly on the verge of, do I admit myself into the hospital? That's how sick I got. I've been not well, and I am so behind on everything. I'm in my swap that I'm in. I am so behind on that too, and I'm just, so I'm starting to get over it, but it was bad. It's not the vid, trust me, but I don't know what it was. I didn't really have a fever, but just feeling like poop. Anyway, so like I said, now I'm on the other side. I've turned them over. And like I said, I'm doing my best to get them in the middle. Having a bit of a hard time seeing and don't know where my glasses are. So there you go. But I'm just kind of lining them up the best that I can. Okay. And I've already scored the other one, so let me move this. Okay. Now, I guess since this is double-sided, it doesn't really matter how they're folded. Normally, if your score is here, I would tell you to bend it over. But for this, I'm actually going to tell you to bend it in on your score. Just because if it's bent outward, if you bend it normal, you end up with that little ridge. And we don't want that on the ornament. You want it to look kind of clean. So we're just going to fold right into... It's the way it feels your paper wants to go anyway. So we're going to fold right onto the score, making sure you line up the best you can. Okay. For me, it's easier if I try to hold them up to line them. Like I said, they're not going to be perfect. I mean, don't kill yourself trying to make everything perfectly in the middle, but just as much as you can. I mean, you don't want, you know, it going like crooked or anything. You just want it as in the middle as you can. And like I said, these are really, really simple to do. And I think I just bent the top a little bit. I did. Not a big deal. This is pretty thick paper that these are made of. So it can take a little bit of abuse. But I think if you're going to, depending on the cardstock, now this is pretty thick. It's Echo Park, I believe. Echo Park or Cartabella. I don't remember which one actually did this. Anyway, if you're using other cardstock, I would try to use at least 65 pound because you want it a bit sturdy. I mean, it doesn't have to be rigid. Like you wouldn't want to use 110 pound card. I mean, you could, but it would be very, very rigid. But you just want to, nothing less than 65 pound. I would probably try to stick around 80 pound. But if you buy, like, for instance, one of the pads from like Michael's, Hobby Lobby, or Joann, they're going to be around 65 pound paper. And in that case, I would probably maybe do 8 at least, just to give a little more stability to it. So now that I've got my pieces and they're all scored and they're all you know, like, I'm gonna, I told you I have not felt good. Get my other ones together here. And like I said, I've done all of them. I've done half and half. Half one way, half the other way. Okay. Now, all you need to put them together, I'm using Fabri-Tac, just because I can slide everything a little bit easier and kind of line it up better. Like I said, these are really, really simple. The only other thing you're going to want is some kind of a hanger. And I was using this gross grain ribbon, but I'm getting down to the end. These scissors. Here's a pair of scissors. I'm getting near the end of this, so I don't know. And the hangers don't need to be long. You don't even have to really measure them. Just maybe 3 inches. Sounds good. I need... It's the last one. Well, look at that. Just enough and a little bit to go. Okay. First what we're going to do is put these together. I also grabbed some other ribbons. You could use thicker ribbon. This is a lot thicker, but it's the clear ribbon from Dollar Tree. Not clear, but you know what I mean. It's the sheer ribbon. All I'm going to do, I'm going to grab one of my pieces, and I'm going to keep these separated. Okay, which side is which? Like I said, these are so easy. I'm just going to take some glue, and I'm not going to put a lot. I just got, I don't know if you can see it, just a little bit of a coating. I'm going to take one of the opposite pieces, and I'm going to glue these together. This is why you want your scores to be pretty well in the middle. Otherwise, it's going to be off as the more you put this together, the more it goes around. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do, since I've got 2 together, I'm going to take one of my little pieces, and my arm that is hurting my hand. I'm going to kind of put my hanger down in here now. If you hear any background noise, I do have like Hallmark Channel on in the other room. I try to turn it down enough so you can't really hear it, but so I've got a little bit of background noise. Not much, but so I hope it's not bothersome. Okay, I'm just gonna glue it in like that. Just in the middle. Okay. Then I'm gonna grab my glue. And this is all I'm gonna do is just keep adding that, just that thin layer of glue and gluing one to the other. I mean, you can use more than just, I mean, this worked out really good because it's double-sided paper, but you can use like 2 different papers like with a front and back and put them together. You don't have to just stop at 2 designs for each one. I just am because for me it's easier. It's kind of what the paper is telling me to do. So, but again, I mean, you can use printed cardstock, you can use plain cardstock, you can use whatever your heart desires. And you can also make them as big or as small. I don't know what size my tree is going to be yet. Probably little. So I'm kind of sticking around like 3 to 5 inches, I guess, with the length of them. Because even if I can't put them on the tree, I can hang them somewhere to use. Okay. And like I said, I'm just going to keep gluing. So when I'm filming this, this is Wednesday night. And I'm guessing everybody's getting ready for Thanksgiving tomorrow. I hope it's a good holiday for everyone. I am kind of not celebrating it right now because my hubs, well, he's a truck driver and he won't be home until next week. So it's going to just be me tomorrow, but I will probably try to take that time to catch up on my swap since I am starting to feel a little bit better. So, but I do hope that all of you are able to be with your family and friends and have a good either Thanksgiving or Friendsgiving, whichever you choose to do. Okay, there's one. See how easy they go together? And this, I probably could have put this in the middle a little bit more, but it's fine. It doesn't really bother me, honestly. Let me grab my next ones. And I did notice that scoring them, the more pointy they are, they're a little more difficult to kind of score and put together. I learned that with one of the other ones. Although it could just be me because a lot of you know my hands don't really work all that well. So I do have a hard time lining some things up with them. And I don't know if I did it in a video yet or not. I had meant to, but like an example of how my hands are not working. Like this one, my right arm doesn't work so well. Like here's a snap with my left hand. And that's my right hand. I can't, and you see I'm pressing as hard as I can. I just don't have any oomph. And believe me, it put my hanger in. It's very frustrating. Number one, because I am right-handed. But I used to, it's just annoying. We'll just leave it at that. It's annoying. My hangers, could probably be a little bit bigger, but I was near the end of the ribbon. And you can always use a hook with it as well. Let's see if I can get this one. And when you're putting them together, kind of try to focus on the inside of the one you just put in and not like what you're seeing on the outside, because it can get a little confusing, I will admit. Okay. Especially when they're like this and it looks like it's the same thing, it can get just a little confusing. Let me bring this over because it moved. And I'm actually going to bring it up a little bit. There is a little bit of Fabri-Tac on the back of that's in there, but it'll dry and it'll be fine. You won't even notice it when I go to hang it up. It won't affect anything. Now these shapes are easy, but when I get to the other shape, like if you use like circles or if you use squares or something like that, and you have a directional paper, be sure to watch where your print is going, because you don't want like half of it upside down. That would not look good. Okay. I know this seems like it's kind of slow paced, but it's more redundant than anything else, I guess, trying to stick everything together. But this is something good. Cut them out, and then while you're watching Hallmark movies or whatever you choose to watch, or listen to, then just sit down and put them together, because it's really not, except for paying attention when it gets like that, to make sure you're in the right spot. It's really kind of mindless crafting, we'll say, because you're not really having to measure stuff or anything. We're just gluing paper together. So it's a good thing to do when you're doing something else to keep you from getting bored. Okay. There's another one down. This one I put together earlier. And this is kind of the one I like. This arabesque shape is what they call this. Just make sure, like, the stars don't matter, but I just want to make sure that all the other ones are facing upward, because if it's upside down, it's going to look pretty silly. These don't matter because the inside's going to get covered anyway, so that doesn't matter. Just the ones you're going to see, just make sure that they're facing the right direction. Especially if both of them have a direction, because then you really, really want to be careful. But I hope everybody's doing good. There's a lot of really good sales going on right now on crafty stuff. So that's awesome, with Black Friday and then Cyber Monday coming up. And I know you guys know I use a lot of stuff I have in the past from Genevieve Designs. And I found out that Jen is doing, it's already started actually, she's doing a Black Friday sale in her Etsy shop. And with the code, now you have to, she has a video on it where it's mentioned, but I believe it is Black Friday 22. There's 50% off of all orders over $10, and you can use the coupon like as often as you would like. So I am definitely going to go on. There's some things I've been wanting to get, and I just haven't been able to afford them lately. So check around other shops that you frequent often. And because I know, like, scrapbook.com, I know everybody's having like Black Friday sales, so definitely get in on that. Let's see. And if you make some of these ornaments, please, 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 please join my Facebook group. It's a small group, but we're growing slowly. It is Mrs. Izzy's Crafty Hangout. And share pictures of what you're making. Share of your ornaments that you've made. Because, I mean, these, I think they're fun. You know, it's something that you've made, and things always mean more when you've made them, because they're made with love and from your heart. So I always think that homemade things mean more. And these are even great for gifts. You know, why not? So join my Facebook group and be sure to post pictures of what you've made. And also, while I'm talking about joining things, please be sure to like my video and give it a big thumbs up. And please share it with the crafty friends so more people find out about my channel. And if you're not already subscribed, please hit that subscribe button down below. Here. And when you see the bell, please click on the bell. Oh, it actually might be over here now. I know they moved it. Anyway, click on the bell, and that will notify you when I upload videos. And I'm trying to reach 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. That is my goal. And I can only do it with your help and by subscribing. So please do so. Okay, I've got these together. Here we go. In order that I did them, so I know who's drier. Now to decorate them, again, it's going to be easy. I've got some things. I've got my pops of color here. You can use anything. I've also got some sticky gems. Let me put these other ones out of the way here for right now. And these, if I remember, hold on, I gotta shift my butt here, people. Ugh. Okay. If I remember, I will link these on Amazon. I am not an Amazon affiliate, so I don't make any money, but I just think it's a really good deal for these. These are like under $6 for that whole big sheet. So, and they stick really, really well. Okay, all I'm gonna do is, I'm just gonna peel and stick some stuff. So I think, well, there's a lot of little stars on that page. I think what I'll do there, there's gold over here. You know what? I'm going to take, it's actually an orange color, but it looks a lot like the gold that they used. So I'm actually, instead of using sticky gems, what I'm going to do is in the middle of the little starburst, whoop, he came out really, really quickly. I am going to put just a little dot of my pops of color. And I have, oh, I missed that one. Could tell I don't have my glasses on. And I have found with these, this one's right in the, I'm hoping you can see what I'm doing. I have found with these, the easiest way for me to get my little dot is to come in sideways and squeeze it on that way. Now, when you do it with the pops of color, you have to be careful because they do not dry instantly, and that will stay wet for a while. So just be careful. I'll usually do it like one section, and then I'll put it aside so it can dry. Because I have smudged them before. It smudges really, really easy. I mean, you can use sequins. You can use glitter. Anything that you have, really, that you like to decorate with. I'm going to put that right on the edge there. If I can see the edge. There we go. We have the last one. Let me open that a little bit. Watch where my fingers are going there. Okay. Just open it up just a little bit. And you can kind of maneuver these a little bit. From like open and closed. A little bit more, a little bit less, so you can get in there and access it. It's not a big deal. It's pretty forgiving. So all I'm doing is just the ones that I can see. Okay, that one was a little bit of a mess, but it's no big deal. And you can always go back with a toothpick if you need to kind of, before it starts to harden, and kind of push your pops of color back into place. Or kind of round it out a little bit. Okay. I don't know what I'm going to, I really struggle with this paper. I know I had said it, where's my lid? When I bought it, that I don't do well with plaids, and I'm really not sure of what to put in on the plaids. So I'm going to let those dry, and I'm going to kind of decide if I even want to put anything in with the plaid. I had another ornament that I had made. I can't find it right now, and I put some, well, I had put some sticky gems a little bit here or there. I didn't really quite like it that much, so I may just leave it with the pops of color just on the one sheet. I may just leave it there like that. This one, what I would do is take some of the white, and not all of them, because that's an awful lot. That's a lot of dots. But you can either do like the pops of color, Just kind of random ones, you know. And along with the pops of color on there. Now I know you can't really see that very well, but if I hold it up and like I turn it sideways, you can see them stuck up on the sides there. I can also take, see, these have 3 sizes too, which is awesome. I can take some of the sticky gems. Should have probably done this first before the pops of color. Can also put some sticky gems on a few of them. Come on. So you've got the 3D pops of color, and then you've got the 3D sticky gems. I don't have white, or I would have put white. I may have something, but they're not self-adhesive, and I'm just kind of going for ease right now, since, like I said, when I, oh, get back up there, I have not been feeling well, and I'm trying to do kind of easier things right now. Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to reach right over that. Good Lord. Put one here. I actually think after I'm done with this video, I'm probably going to go lay down again. And because besides not feeling good, I'm not sleeping. I don't know if it's just the holiday coming up and, you know, knowing that the hubs won't be here. I don't know. But, gosh, like last night was horrible. I don't remember what time I woke up yesterday morning. I have no idea. I don't remember. But I think it was probably like around 2 or 3. I didn't fall asleep until 8 o'clock this morning. And I only slept till like 11. So, I'm pretty tired. And I mean, on top of not feeling good, it's just sucks. But anyway, so I mean, there's just something to give that side a little bit of something. And then on a page like this one, let's see, I do have, let me find it here. I'm like just looking for some different things to give some life to it. I have a pizza. I do have pizza. I have a Winkostella that is actually a red one. And it's kind of hard to see. I don't even know if you can see it in the light, but it does have shimmer in it. You shake them, and then you squeeze to squeeze the ink into the brush. And then it comes out. So I was thinking that on things like, maybe like the ribbon here, like the bow. I've got to be careful because I don't want to get my fingers into the pops of color there, but I remember I'm doing this with my glasses on. But like the red parts, I could maybe draw on them a bit with the Winkostella. Get it come out a little bit better. There we go, that's a bit better. A little juicier, makes it easier. So again, I don't know if it's coming across, but there you can see it. It's got that little bit of shimmer. And then I might do like the candy here. Oops, I slipped. What I will do with that, since I kind of made a little boo-boo there, I will go over it either with a white pencil or or like a white marker or something to cover that up, a little bit of white paint, but not a big deal. I'm not really stressed about it. Or I can just forget it altogether and just put it I'm messing up again. My hand is really hurting today, so I do apologize. You guys know I'm usually not neater than this, but I can always put this side into so you don't see it. Not a big deal. But just try and get a little bit of shine, a little bit of... So that's something you can do on those. Because I don't have green, but you could take like some of the pops of color and do like little dots on his gingerbread. But that's some ideas for a paper like that. And I did put my fingers into the white pops of color because I feel it on there. These, if you get Wings of Stella, or by any, these are by Spectrum Noir, they're sparkles, they have to be stored standing up. That's one, otherwise they will leak out and it's a mess. Okay. But that's all I'm going to do. I'm just going to go around adding little bits of decor here and there to make these little things pop. But like I said, I thought I'd bring you along just to make some little easy ornaments. And this one was fun because I went and I did a lot of the pops of color on the wreath and a lot of gemstones. But I really hope that you do try to make some of these. They are really, really fun. And now I know I put a lot of the pops of color on the other green like this, kind of like this. But this, I mean, I don't have to put them on everyone. But like I said, these are fun, they're easy. And I really do hope that you will make some. And my videos will start to get better as I'm feeling better. I do apologize again. But I really, like I said, I almost checked myself into the hospital the other day. I'm just not feeling good. So, but that's it. Just a little bit here, a little bit there. And you can make really, really cute ornaments for your tree. So I hope that you do. And again, I hope that you join my Facebook group, Mrs. Izzy's Crafty Hangout. And please, again, like the video. Give it a good thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel. And share this with a friend. And I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys, and happy Thanksgiving. Bye-bye.